Ladies and gentlemen, travelers, welcome to yet another episode here on Strictly Flying. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Today's episode, we are going to do something that I haven't done for a very long time. Actually, in 2020, in February, just before the pandemic really took off, was actually my last time flying international out of the city of Fortaleza here in Brazil. A few years prior to the pandemic, when the airport of Fortaleza was privatized, we actually saw quite a lot of new international routes opening up, both to Europe, to the United States, and even to South America. So we actually had quite a few international flights to choose from. However, we all know exactly what happened next. During the pandemic, most of these new flights, they were eventually cancelled. So basically, during the entire pandemic, I had to do a massive detour via Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro, which is not really convenient because it almost doubles my travel time when I go back to Europe. However, it's looking like things are getting back to normal, and we're seeing a lot of these newly opened flights prior to the pandemic come back again here now in 2022. So that's currently where we are at the moment. I am in the airport of Fortaleza and getting ready to board the flight to Paris with Air France. Now, it's been just over 2 years since the last time I flew out of the international terminal here in Fortaleza, and I gotta say, a lot has changed since the last time I was here. And the first thing that struck me, but really didn't surprise me at all, is the fact that as soon as you clear the immigration checkpoint, then you are forced to walk through their newly constructed, the duty-free shop. I mean, there is no way around it. You gotta walk straight through the shop, and it's just filled with overpriced liquor or perfume or whatever. It's a real rip-off, and everything is in US dollars as well. And I've covered this also in my previous videos as well, of the fact that you are forced to walk through the duty-free shops at any Brazilian airports nowadays. The good thing about Fortaleza is you walk straight through the shop and then you are automatically arrived at your gate. However, in other airports such as Rio de Janeiro, which is my absolute, least favorite airport of all airports in Brazil, I think it's horrible, it's terrible. Flying international out of Rio de Janeiro is a nightmare. However, there you are actually, you are forced to take such a massive detour through the duty-free shops. It's just ridiculous. And I think it's so unnecessary, I mean, you don't need, people are tired, people want to get to their flight, to their gate, sit down, relax in a chair. They don't want to have to walk, for miles because you are forcing them to take a massive detour through their, duty-free shops to purchase some overpriced products. So it's maybe I'm just getting old, and I'm just a grumpy old man now. But anyways, I just think it's really unnecessary. But anyways, that's just the way things are going, I guess. But here in Fortaleza, as soon as you go through the immigration, you go through, you just walk through the shops and you arrive immediately at your gate. So I guess you can't complain. Anyways, let's have a look at our aircraft. Today's aircraft is a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, and this particular aircraft has a registration of Foxtrot Hotel Romeo Bravo Juliet and is quite new, only 1 year old. Now boarding has begun, and the way that it works, as with most airlines, is boarding is done through zones. So basically you have zone 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Basically it's business class passengers first in zone 1. I am in zone 2. I am traveling economy class. However, since I am a frequent flyer and have a little bit higher status, then I am allowed to board a little bit before the other passengers. Now here in Brazil, there is actually a law that requires the airlines to allow any senior passengers or any passengers with disabilities to board first. So basically, all elderlies and pregnant people or anybody with any disabilities, they will be the first ones to board, and then it's basically business or first class passengers, and then it'll be my turn in zone 2.
Olá.
Olá.
Thank you.
Com licença. Thank you.
Esse aqui é o melhor.
PNC, préparez-vous pour le décollage, merci.
Shortly after takeoff, we were served a hot meal and we were given a choice between chicken and pasta. I went with the chicken and it was pretty decent. I guess this food here was made here in Brazil, but it was actually quite good. Apart from that, of course, you get, your glass of wine or whatever beverage of your choice, and decent amount and pretty tasty. Shortly after the meal, I was greeted by the purser on board, and he actually handed me a amenity kit from the business class section. Now, I'm guessing this is because I am a member of the Flying Blue program, the loyalty program by KLM and Air France, and I do fly quite a lot with them. I am a platinum member also. So I guess, you know, sometimes I do get these perks here, and so I'll just show you guys some of the amenities that they get in the front of the aircraft. Now this flight to Paris was actually quite full, however for some reason I just struck gold on this flight and got the entire row to myself. So immediately after, you know, the dinner service, I just you know, laid down, and actually I slept quite well, almost I'm guessing 6 hours of sleep, solid sleep, so perfect. Now guys, since this was indeed a red-eye flight during the night and that they dimmed the cabin lights shortly after the dinner service, there wasn't really any opportunities for me to show you, you know, all the gadgets and all the, you know, the entertainment system, so forth, of the 787 Dreamliner by Air France. However, I've got all of this covered in my previous video where I fly the opposite direction from Paris to Fortaleza. So guys, remember to check out that video if you want to see a much more detailed trip report of this exact same flight on the 787 Dreamliner by Air France. And I'm gonna leave a card right up here in the top right hand corner. You can click on that whenever you want. And of course, I'll also leave a link to that in the description below. Okay, so it's back to amateur hour, you know, when you forget to change the battery in your GoPro camera. Guys, I do apologize. I'm really sorry. That is just a stupid rookie mistake. But anyways, what can you do? I'm gonna blame it on the red-eye flight. I'm tired. I'm just disoriented. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. That's just how it is. Anyways, guys, welcome to Paris, and despite my mistake, if you did enjoy this video, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. And maybe even subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this in the future. With that said, guys, I'm gonna leave you here, and thank you very much for joining me on yet another flight here on Strictly Flying. Until the next time, guys, stay safe, happy travels, all of that stuff, and take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.